One of the most vital parts of PHP is the ability to use the PHP tools macros, which are found in this folder here in your CD. That allows you to import and export PHP files to text files. It's also a pretty critical step in terms of designPH. If you're using designPH to create the geometry, you then export it from designPH into a file called a .ppp file, and you need to import that into a PHP file in order to do further analysis where you add more details or look at the ground effects and other things. So it's pretty much required to work. I've never run into an issue on a personal computer or PC running Windows, but on Mac OS we've had some people that had some issues, so it's best to make sure this works. Alright, so the way we can test it out here is we'll go to the Tools folder and open the tool right here, which is we can just double click on that, and it comes up. And then we can go to the File folder and open, and I'm actually going to use the open feature to make sure it works properly. And we can go to the folders on our CD, which I've got several CD versions loaded here, but you don't. So inside your CD you'll have this folder here called 01PHP. And if you go in there, you'll see there's an empty folder. Just go ahead and an empty file rather, which has nothing in it. Go ahead and open that using that feature. And what it does is a single instance of Excel with both files open inside of it. And then so you can get empty.xlsx in there. And then if you go to File, Open, you can open the example file as well, which is right here. And when you bring it up, you'll see it is an example file which has everything filled in. It's actually based upon Dr. Feist's house in Germany, so the very first passive house. And it can take a minute to pull up because it has it. Alright, so we've got the example pulled up, and you can determine that by going to the verification tab and select examples, and you can see the performance right there. Whereas if we go to switch windows, we can switch back to the empty one. If we look at the same place in the verification tab, we can see it's empty. Or if we go to the tools one, we can see the tools here. Now with these tools, you already would have had a scene where you would have to enable the file and then enable the macros, and you need that to make it work. Alright, so steps to test to make sure it's working. The first thing you do is to have a .ppp file, a text file, which has all the data in it. If you had exported from designPH, you'd already have that file, and you'd want to just import it. In this case, we'll go ahead and export, and that pulls up this window here, and we'll export the example to a .ppp file, and we'll just let it called .ppp in the PHP file. There's no reason not to put it there, so I'll put it there, and click Save. And that's quite a fast operation, and we'll just go Finish. And then just go to Import. And again, it pulls up this file here. Now we want to import it to the empty file. We want to select the .ppp file. And there's only one of them in that folder. It's the same folder as it was before. And you can actually name that whatever you want, but for now we'll just use the defaults and click Open. And this should take a little while. You can see the progress here. Your computer might be quite a bit slow. It's a solid-state hard drive, and I've got quite a fast processor on this machine. I use it for quite advanced engineering work. So in some slower laptops, it can take, with actual hard drive that spins, it can take a couple minutes to do this process. And click Finish. And we're pretty much done with those tools now, but we'll leave it up. We'll just go ahead and switch over and take a look at the empty folder again. So this is the empty file. First of all, you notice it's way down on district heating, which means it went through all the tabs. And if you go all the way up to the first tabs again and look at the verification tab, so you can see it's been all filled in, and all the data is there, and it actually has the same result, which is what you would want ideally. Okay, so this worked properly. We successfully exported everything to a .ppp file, and then imported into the empty file, and it worked. Hopefully you should get the same process. I've never had an issue again with a PC running Windows, but on Mac OS X we have had some issues. Usually the thing that's fixed it is to update the very latest version of Excel, and that seems to make it work. Apparently macros in Mac machines with macros are difficult with Excel for some reason and not repeatable. Thank you.